Hey guys, what's up? So today's video, I thought I should post something really cool and interesting. But first I'll give you an update on the Theraphosa sturmey. As you note that I uploaded the recent mating attempt last night. So unfortunately the mating didn't go well as planned. For the first time, Gretel has been unreceptive towards Hans, which was the first one out of the 6 that I did. Mating 3, I never actually did a video on mating 3, but I didn't record it because the female molted. So this was 4 attempts that I paired them up since she molted. So the last one, the 6, was the best one because I actually did see the successful insertion. So I come to the conclusion that she might not be willing to mate again, so I'm going to wait in 2 to 3 weeks time, pair them up one more time to see what kind of reaction I'll get. If I do get the same reaction as the one that I posted yesterday, that means I'm just going to stop mating completely of those species, and hopefully within 3 to 9 months I'll get an egg sac, hopefully. So this will be the first egg sac that I ever get from this specimen, and probably, hopefully, the first healthy egg sac that I get. I don't want to go into great detail about the H-Max, so yeah, that's it. So it's a learning experience. Regarding the P. cameragi, since I do have mature pair, female and male, I'm just going to wait until the weekend to mate them. Just not very confident that the female is well fed enough because I take precautions here and I really don't want the male to be her lunch. So I'm just going to feed the female and hopefully all goes well on the weekend. And it's actually going to be really cool because I'll be more available to record more videos since I'll be on spring break. The most notable one that I'll be posting will be the Tarantula Arachnosaur February video with all the 119 T's. Well, 117, I include the megalomorphs as part of my T collection, so you'll get an idea of what I have in my collection currently and which ones I'm selling, which right now, I'm not selling any more of my T Giga slings, so hopefully I'll start breeding projects out of those in the near future. Alright, so the meat and bones of this video. So this is our local newspaper, the Montreal Gazette, you know, with the Canadians, oh, the Oilers and the Red Devils. We got one of their players, Roman, as the Canadians teammates. I don't really particularly follow the NHL series, but it's actually pretty cool. So something I really came across on the Montreal Gazette, not always very seen, is a whole page on tarantulas and other spiders. So I thought I should share this with you because it's very interesting, and this is primarily why I make these YouTube videos. So here we have a nice picture of a tarantula. They have the chloroceri, the appendages, the abdomen, the hair, and the eyes right here. 1, 2, I guess these are all clustered together. So we have here, how big is the biggest spider? So big that it can cover your entire face. Well, I guess it's true if you have a small face. As you know, the Theraphosa apophysis and the Blondie and Sturmey happen to be one of the largest in the world. There's one called the so-called chicken-eating spider. I haven't really came across one, but if you do, let me know. I'd like to see one. So it tells you that the Goliath bird eater is the biggest spider on the planet. It's also the hairiest. Not really true. I think LP is more hairier than a T. sturmey. But here's a very common misconception that people seem to have about these tarantulas because they're so big, is that one bite from one will potentially kill you. Well, I'll dispel the myth right here and now. This is not true. So the tarantula venom is primarily based on peptides and other cocktail mixes, but fortunately it's not as potent as scorpion venom. So because they are peptide based, they are very similar to bee venom, you know, like honeybees, wasps, hornets, and bumblebees. So chances are, if you're highly allergic to bee venom, and you're very likely to be highly allergic to tarantula venom. So this is why if you're highly allergic and you still have this species, I don't recommend handling them or interacting with them too much. And it's also a good idea to have your EpiPen available with you, so to avoid an anaphylactic shock, which can be fatal. So we have here, tarantulas don't want to bite people, which is largely true. They tend to flight than bite, with exceptions of few specimens, like the OBT that just wants to bite people. So they only attack what they want to eat, which is highly true. And they can be very territorial too, like the Enchromatus. So here it tells you about how many eyes it has. You just follow this thing right here, and it tells you it has 8 eyes. It tells you about how a tarantula eats. First it bites the prey, then it pumps venom into the stomach, or gastric juices, which are the venom that paralyzes the prey, turns into liquid. Then it just sucks them up and tosses the skin away. So fortunately with inverts, you usually don't leave a carcass, especially like feeding vertebrates such as mice and lizards. They leave a rotting carcass and it kind of smells and it's messy, which provokes you to do high maintenance on the ones. So this is why primarily I don't feed mice to any mites, and I understand that the calcium buildup hardens the exoskeleton and they really don't molt out correctly from those. So it tells you here about tarantula eating people. In the wild it's considered a delicacy where they roast the spider and cook them. Yeah, and then here it talks about the urticating hairs. So while tarantulas don't bite people, they sometimes brush hairs from their back ends with their abdomens, which is seen in most New World species, never in Old World, onto people. So these tiny hairs can cause an intense itch when they get into a person's eyes or nose or touch their skin. Yeah, which is why I sometimes, if I get haired by a species, I take like something like a credit card here and just brush the hairs off the skin and then take a shower, and then you're as good as new. Then here to talk about leg regeneration. So if a tarantula loses a leg, it can grow back a new one within its next molt. So fortunately that happened with my P. ornata. She lost a palp, but she'll get a new one back when she next molts. Then they talk about here the lifespan of the longevity. So some tarantulas can live up to 12 plus 9, which is 21, plus 9, 30 years, which is typical for the Brachypelma females. Sweet, so now I'm going to read some of the comments here about the misconceptions that people have and how they like spiders, or are they scared with them. So I want to play teacher here. So most of these comments here from these kids are from grade 2 to grade 5, so that's your elementary school. Here in Quebec, everything's so different here. Usually there's kindergarten to grade 11. There's no such thing as a grade 12 here. But in Quebec, there's something called college or cégep, where it's 2 years prior to university. So if you're thinking grade 2 to grade 5, it's probably within 7 to 10 years old. So perhaps like maybe a few of my subscribers are that age. So we have one girl here. Says, yes, I'm afraid of spiders because they look weird and they are disgusting. Once I went to my grandmother's house and there was a spider on the television. I was so disgusted. Once I was in my sister's room and I saw a spider that looked really weird and you can hear the footsteps. When I was little, I wasn't scared of spiders, but my sister would always try to scare me, and it actually worked. Okay, so that's a pretty interesting story here. They're not so disgusting, in my opinion. I think, yeah, the little ones are kind of gross, I guess, if you were to think about it, but tarantulas, they're beautiful. They're so colorful, and I don't know, I had one friend that was petrified of spiders. He actually went to see my tarantula collection, and I showed him, here, this is what they can do, they can't hurt you and everything. They're in locked cages, and he found them very interesting and he likes them. So It's really good. This is primarily why I make these YouTube videos. So another guy here says, I'm a little bit scared of spiders, and I also kill spiders. Well, I just hope you don't come to my house and see my tarantula collection. Okay, here's another guy. He says yes and no, because I'm not scared of spiders, I just don't like them. Really, I don't like any creepy crawlies except for a few. Some creepy crawlies are good for the environment. Well, at least he knows and establishes that spiders are good for the environment. As you know, that they control the insect population, which is swarming at an alarming rate. And the primary diet that they eat is primarily insects, like wasps and especially mosquitoes that carry the dangerous West Nile virus. So I have one here. It says, I'm scared of spiders. The last time I saw one, I was in the shower. It was really gross. It was a big daddy long legs. I smushed it down the drain. It had 8 guys, and I repeat, it was gross. Yeah, I guess having a spider in a shower is kind of a scary experience, I would agree. And this one here from grade 5. I'm not scared of spiders at all. Regular ones, plain ones just hang around my room, don't even bother me. Hairy ones freak me out of my mind. When I see them, I run into another room. Something you really should not do. When I see them, slam the door and freeze like a statue. After a while, the spider reappears, and I repeat my method. So personally, I hate spiders. Well, if they're in log cages, I really don't see the point of being scared by one, but... Okay, next one here. A rather kind of odd one from grade 5. No, I'm not scared of spiders. This might kind of sound weird, but I sleep with them at night. Well, I sleep with mine at night, except in locked cages. I even eat them. So, we all eat spiders when we're asleep, and we just don't know about it. So, first I cook them, then I sprinkle some flavor, mostly salt and vinegar. I'll eat any bugs, crickets, bees. I take off the stinger because it's still alive, grasshoppers, you name it. So yeah, kind of weird, but at least you're getting your protein. So insects are rich in protein, so thumbs up for you, buddy. Here's one here from grade 5. I'm afraid of spiders, but I don't know why. I saw one yesterday and it screamed as if it were some big ugly monster with green goofy eyes. They hang from ceilings waiting to land on my head. I'm scared I'll wake up with one in my bed. That won't be true. So they don't come to haunt you, so you're in good hands. Here's another one here from grade 5. No, I'm actually not scared of spiders. In fact, I don't have the time. I'm always too busy saving them from evil people who don't think about how the spiders feel. Yes! I mean, how would you feel if some giant thing killed you? I wish I had a pet spider. I would give you one. That's actually one of the best ones that I've seen. At least she's not afraid of spiders, and someday she'll be a tarantula enthusiast just like us. From a typical grade 5. Awesome. And just 2 more here from grade 4. Yes, I'm afraid of spiders because one day I saw a spider on the wall right next to my bed and had 2 choices, kill it or leave it alone, and he goes on to say that he killed it and he wanted to wash his sheets. Yeah, and then the last one from grade 2 is I'm not afraid of spiders because I'm bigger than a spider, which is really good, especially at this grade. When I see a spider, I take a broom and whack it. Ooh, not so good. Other times I take a paper cup and make it walk into the paper cup and trap it, and then I free it outside. Well, that's pretty good. Anyway, so video comes to a conclusion, so I just wanted to share with you something that you don't see every day in our local newspaper, for that matter, and this is why I make these tarantula videos, to dispel all the misconceptions and what people really think of tarantulas and why they think they're so scary and mean and menacing, which in my theory they ain't so bad. So I want to thank you for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.